chaos reigns as per normal in our Honeydew Crafts home. It's been mad manic again today. One of those days. All the deliveries come in today. It's just been mad. So if you're watching, it does say we're connected on both. Please let me know so that I can know I'm not talking to myself. Oh, I feel like I need to take a deep breath. I've run up and down the stairs 3 times. Maisie got up into the room that we filmed this in, and she chewed up all my kitchen roll that I'd left on the floor, ready to be able to grab if I need it for the thing. So it's mad. And if you could see her right now, I'll try afterwards, if she's still there, to spin the thing round. You'll see sneak peeks of what you don't need to see. But Maisie is sitting on a towel on top of a ottoman type thing that you put at the end of your bed, so that she can see out the window. But we've got her puffy bed on there so that she can lay there and look out of the window and watch the world go by. She gives us a nightmare. She barks and barks and barks if we don't lift her up there now. She's found her new favourite place to be. Anyway, hopefully it'll keep her quiet. So, hello Pat. Hi Jules. We are here for the fab launch of our brand new stencils. So you all got a bit of a sneak peek of them last week. Hi Di. So you all got a sneak peek last week, or not last week, week before, of our new stencils, and they are here. I started prepping for this last night, about 6ish, and I just got carried away. I couldn't stop playing. I thought, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. So I had lots and lots of ideas spinning around in my head. So should we get started? Hi Veronica. Hi Carol. I see you've booked for this, Carol. Woohoo! Yay, Jules. Right, so yes, Carol's booked with us. Before I start on the new stencils, I'm very excited to announce that we have finally found a venue local to where we ran the Honeydew Crafts HQ workshops. So we have launched a date for the 27th of January. It's at a place called the Ravenwood Hall Hotel, just directly off the A14. It's so easy to find, you can't miss it. A really, really nice hotel. And can you believe it? It was literally on our doorstep, and I didn't even think to look there because I thought it'd be completely out of our price range. But they've done a storming job for us. Hi Sharon, and Sharon's joining us too, Carol. So if you are interested, all the information is available over on our website, honeydewcrafts.co.uk or .com, wherever you are. And you can pop on there and book it. The places have flown since I announced it. Obviously those that have previously done it got a preview of it yesterday and could book a little bit earlier. We placed it on the website this morning and it's gone mad. Hi Catherine. So that is the local one to us before we get to our new stencils. The other one that we have done is our Newcastle workshop, which we have on the 20th of April. Was fully booked within 2 hours of launch. So we had, well actually, if I'm really honest, it was fully booked within 20 minutes of launch, which is absolutely amazing. I can't thank you all enough. So we have added an extra day. Now I am being super, super nice to you because that extra day is Sunday, and that Sunday is my birthday, and I'm going to be doing a workshop on my birthday, and I love my birthday, so it'll be quite good fun to share it with others. So Jules, you're more than welcome to come whenever you would like. Just pop on the website and book in. Hi Kerry. I'm trying to see if I've missed out on any. So yeah, Jules, it's all on our website. Hi Carol. I think that's the Carol that can't make it. I know I've got 2 Carol Bennetts on here and I'm never sure which one I'm talking to. Is it the Carol that's going to be in New Zealand? Right, so that's the 2 workshops. Also, we have had 2 ladies unfortunately not going to be able to make our Coventry workshop, which is on the 18th of November. So that's this year. So if anybody's interested, there are 2 places available and they are on our website at the moment. I think there's only 1. So if you do want the 2 places, please give me a shout and I will go in and add that, or get Martin to add that if I can. Right, so let's get rid of that bit off there. We'll keep that one on there and we will flip round to this. Oh, that doesn't look like very much. Look, I've got almost, try and hide all these workings so that you don't see them, but if you could see what was going on this disc, which is why I may not show Maisie to you later. Yay, Carol. Right, so we will get started. So we have 2 that are stencils and masks. Now, obviously you are not going to get the masks for all these little paint splodges. You won't get the masks for these really thin pieces here because they just can't hold them. Oh, brilliant. So we'll see you there. If you're on the Sunday, you're on my birthday. Lucky you. So we have this long mask here. And we have this one here. I will show you them when I open my packet because I'm going to use this in a demo in a few minutes. So that is our bold brush strokes, stencils and masks set. We also have paint splats, stencils and masks set. So you get all the individuals. Again, obviously you're not going to get these tiny little pieces. That piece is in there. It's just popped itself out of the packaging. So you're not going to get all the tiny little pieces, but you get the main bulk of the paint splodges as a mask as well. So they are really, really effective. How could you forget us, Teresa? Glad you're joining us. Right, so we've got paint splats, stencils and mask. So we have the bold brushes, bold brush strokes and paint splodges, stencils and masks. And then just as stencils, we have funky lines. Amazing for men's cards, depending on the colours. Great for teenagers. It may look a little bit familiar. We have one that's slightly smaller and slightly longer as a die, but we haven't got that in stock at the moment, but we now have it as a stencil. This is amazing. You can put the colour behind it. Obviously where you can see black is where your colour is going to lay down. So it's basically the same as you would have on the die, because on the die these are the bits that are cut out. So if you put colour behind it, they're the bits you're going to see. So this is amazing. Hi Jean, hi Dawn. Hubby's 80th birthday. Yeah, so I told Dawn, hang on a minute Dawn, I'm going to quickly, I'll show you that one in a minute. And then we have the Scribbles stencil. Dawn, I have a card to show you. I will bring it on at some point. I've just stood it up behind me, so I don't think you can see it. But I will bring that up for you to have a look in a few minutes. So we've got the Scribbles stencil. Again, fabulous for teenagers, great for men's cards. And then we have our lovely Bubbly. And I have had so much fun playing with this one. It's mad, isn't it? How a load of circles could keep you busy for hours and hours. So they are all our new stencils. Obviously, we launched those fabulous new stamps as well last live, which was 2 weeks ago. So I shall just quickly bring those in and show you a recap on those. So we've got Floral Wishes, which says sending birthday wishes your way and sending get well wishes your way. We don't have very many get wells. Hi Tina, I hope you got my email. I'm not sure if Linda is watching. Linda maybe, sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. Linda, if you're watching, Tina said to let you know she's booked the workshop. Looking forward to seeing you there, and she's asked me to pass on her email. So I will do that for you. And then we have a Proud Day, which says, well done, so proud of you. You made so proud. And then you've got a me or an us to pop in there. And thank you, you made, and then my or our day. So you've got you made day, and then you've got my or our that you can pop in there as well. And then we have Shining Star. This is the one I think would make a fabulous 80th birthday for you, Dawn. I'll show you this as we're going. So obviously you would get the big star, and thank you, you're a star. And then this one says, well done, you're a star, congratulations to you. And then we've got a little happy in there, and then it's birthday to you, and shine like the star you are. You then got the frame. And then you've got 5 tiny little stars. We used this in the workshop a couple of weekend, and everybody loved it. Hi Angela, we'll let you be late. We'll forgive you this once. And then we've got Change in Blooms, which is what we did the demo with. And there's a full video on our website with the demo for this. So we've got the lovely great big bloom in the middle with the foliage around the edge, a little bit of foliage either side, and then let your smile change the world. Happy birthday to someone very special. Right, so that's those. We are going to be doing some demos with the stencils, but I just want to really, really quickly bring this card in. And because it's an idea for Dawn, we may do this as a demo, I'm not sure yet. So this has got 3 different colours. We have got Chipped Sapphire, Broken China, and Salvage Patina. It's stamped in silver. oh sorry, no it's not, it's stamped in clear and embossed in silver, and then I coloured the background as well. So you can do it two ways. You can either stamp and emboss it and then colour it in over the top, or you can colour it in and then stamp and emboss over the top, just colour a scrap piece of paper. It's entirely up to you. And then I did it a second time and I cut out some stars and just pop them on some foam pads to give it a little bit of height and texture. And then this is the frame. So the silver bit that you can see around the frame, you can just about see that. It means you don't have to mat and layer it if you don't want to. So you can see around this start we've got a really thin black line, and that is because I stuck it on and cut it out. I know not everybody likes to cut out, so you could do it different ways. You could just put a black pen all the way around if you wanted to, or not add that detail in at all. Getting ideas for Sunday. Oh, what's happening on Sunday, Cal? Oh, you're obviously, Zena, coming to Thetford show. Fingers crossed. We will see you there. So, and then I've just used some of the bits and pieces that are on that star around the edge here. These pieces. So that's an idea. You could put big 80 in the middle. You could do loads with this for a men's card. Just choose the colours. So Dawn, hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea. And then obviously we've got the stencils that we're going to be playing with today. That will maybe give you an idea, a little bit of a boost as well. So we will see. Fingers crossed. Right. So I had somebody, a lovely lady, come up to me at the show last weekend. We were at Lincoln, and she said, I have a complaint to make. And I was like, oh no, what have I done? And she said that my Facebook lives are not long enough. How nice was that? I thought I waffled enough. Anyway, apparently I'm not waffling enough. But I won't be waffling forever today, I promise. Right, so this looks like we've got loads to do, but that's only if I get through all of these demos that I have kind of prepped. So I'm going to pop these to one side. So obviously we've got our sticky glue that comes in the two sizes that we'll be using. We have an anti-static bag. Again, you will need to be using one of these. Well, hopefully we'll see you there, Zena. Then we have the Versamark and the Versamark, we'll do it this way first, Versamark ink and the Versamark pen, which is the same ink that's in your Versamark ink pad, but it's in pen form. And it has two different nibs to it. So we've got a brush nib, and we have got just a normal pen type nib. So we'll be using that. We've obviously got black Onyx Versafine. We have our white and our crystal clear embossing powder. We will be using both sizes of brushes that we do. So we've got the large ones that come in the case and the smaller one that comes with the little cap. We'll be using a black cardstock. So we do it in the, I think it's 300 GSM and the 120 GSM. And then we've got the white cardstock, which comes in the 250 or the 300 GSM. Colours for today are, let's do this way. So we have mustard seed, carved pumpkin, spice marmalade and wild honey. And we will also, if we get to them, Kitsch Flamingo and chipped sapphire. So they are all the oxides we're using. Right, I'm just going to pop this all out of the way and hope it doesn't all go flying, because you know that I've never found this quite right. I think I've cleared the space that I need, but I don't know if I have now. Heat gun might be in my way now. Right, let's see if we can get these out of the way and then we can get started. See, look, I've already dropped it. Then we can get started. I've still got the squeaky chair, so that doesn't help either, does it? Are we squiffy? Oh, wrong way. There we go. Hopefully that one now. I'll move myself up and then I'll know that I'm not going to cut it off the screen. Right, so we are also using, going to be using, yep, Mum's been allowed out to play for this one. So my mum will be at the Thetford show this weekend. So we will be using our Make Art Station. Today we have got, I think, one in stock at the moment and we're trying to get more. So if you're after them, they are available at the moment on our website. Forgot to mention that bit. And when you use stencils, you use it quite a lot. So the first card I'm going to do is going to be using our brush strokes stamp set. So bear with me. Don't want to give you the sneak peeks. not the brushstroke stamp set. It's the big bold. No, it's not. It's the bold brushstrokes, stencil and masks. Get it right, Amanda. Concentrate on what you're doing. So that's the one we're going to be using first. Right. So the size it's an 8x8 card, and it's a really quick, simple card to make. Really quick and simple. All I will say is, because I've tried to cram as much onto these stencils as possible, if you're using a piece of cardstock that is bigger than your stencil, kitchen paper will become your very best friend, or a bit of copy paper or something like that. Hi Helen. Right, so this one we have got a 7x7 piece and a 7.5 inch square. Now you can see I've gone around the edges of this piece of white cardstock. It was just plain white cardstock. All I've done is take my blending brush and go all the way around the edges with the brush. So that's what we're going to use first. I did that ahead of time because I want to try and get in all of these demos. And this is just going to sit on the top, and it's going to remain predominantly white, but not completely white. And then I've just got a couple of bits of scrap that I've just stamped a sentiment on there, happy birthday to you, and that came from the Shining Star stamp set that we've just shown you. And I've layered it up. Again, just gone around a piece of white cardstock. And this is what I keep all my scrap pieces for, because obviously most of us cut an A4 sheet of paper down to fit the 8x8 cards. You don't get many scrap pieces that size. So we've popped these two out. They may come popped out already, they may come still connected. Just depends how it arrives to you through the post. So rough, this should be the same size as your stencil. It's bouncing a little bit, isn't it? It's not great to be able to see this. Wrong piece of equipment. So we are going to take our Make Art station, and I'm just going to pop this on here and work out roughly where I want my stencil to be. Now I am trying to line up my piece of paper here so it's squarish, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Now as I said, these bits here could get knocked, and this bit here could get knocked. So I'm going to take my pieces of kitchen paper, and I'm literally just tucking it just underneath, because I don't want anything to go onto that side of the card. I want that to stay completely white. And obviously we've got a little bit of a stencil down in this bottom corner, so be aware of it when you're placing these pieces in place. And then this part of the stencil will show through too. If you caught it with your brush or your blending tool, it doesn't matter if it does, I just don't want it there. So I'm going to take those out as well. Literally all I've done is place that underneath. There's nothing technical. It's just by using tissue paper, it means you're still going to get quite a flat finish to your stencil against your cardstock. You can do the same with photocopy paper. If you go any thicker than that, you're going to know about it. Right, so I'm using chipped sapphire and wild honey on this particular card. And our large blending brush in dark blue. Right, so I'm going to take my blending brush, load it with ink, and then I'm going to come down like I would with a brush stroke, because I don't particularly want it to be hugely solid. And it gives a little bit of texture into your design. Same going the other way. Also be careful with these ones, because obviously you've got little bits that are flicky uppy pieces that you could get stuff caught on, particularly if you're using brushes, just blending tools, just be a little bit careful with them. So I'm going to do the same going up on the bottom part as well, because I want it to look like it's like a paint brush rather than smidged and stenciled on. Maisie's gone to sleep. She's never this quiet when there's noise going on. So as I say, just it doesn't matter how much ink you want on there. If you want it to be solid, go really heavy with it. I don't particularly want it hugely solid, and this is a really quick, simple card to make. want to make sure I've picked up all the inks at the top there. And coming off there. And it gives it, I don't know if you can see there, but it kind of gives it a little bit of a texture to it. I'll show it to you a bit more up close. Right, I think I'm happy with that much ink on there for what I'm planning. Maybe a little bit more on this side. And I try and come from the top or from the bottom so that I'm not sort of starting in the middle of this stencil. So you don't get a brush stroke in there. So then I'm going to take the mask before I lift this off, and I'm going to place the mask inside that stencil. I'm going to put all my magnets on there. Might not get them all on, I think I can get 3 on there, before I take the mask away, the stencil away. So now your mask is in place. We're going to get rid of these 2 pieces of kitchen paper for a moment, and you've got your mask in place. Pop that to one side. Brush, and we are now going to go with our wild honey. You don't need as many. I think you can get away with 2 magnets on here, but you don't really want this piece to move. So I'm going to load my brush up, and if you remember back when we launched our circles and circles, stars and hexagons masks and stencils, that flicking technique I showed you, that's all I'm doing. I'm flicking all the way around the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't matter if you've got a splodge on it. At the end of the day, it's a paintbrush stroke, so it doesn't matter. I do try and come off the mask rather than straight onto the cardstock, because it gives you that little bit of a halo around the edge as well. And it is definitely a flicking, not a circular motion that I use for this. And when you think you've got enough on there for what you want to do, be happy with that and stop. Right, so I'm going to move those out of the way. I am just going to grab a wet wipe quickly, because those magnets have got some of that ink on and it travels. There we go, just wipe that away. Put my brush out of my way, and then we're going to lift the mask. And so you have got your paint brush, bold brush strokes stencil, and then you've masked it and put that little halo all the way around the edge. I think it's quite cool. Right, that is how difficult this card is. I mean, you can't get much easier than that, really, can we? So then all I did was take my sentiment and a backing piece, because I want a really clean, simple card. And we're going to layer those 2 together so that they're stuck. Let me get my pen out of the way. And you know what, now my glue's going to play me up. It's been fine all morning, and now it's not going to. Hi Margaret, sorry you sneaked in there. Everybody went quiet, so I thought I won't bother looking up, and then as soon as I stopped looking up, somebody sneaked in. So, just layering our sentiment. And all I'm going to do is position it on the card wherever you want it to be. It is the simplest of cards, but I think one of a really, really effective way of doing it. Just going to pop these out of my way so that they don't mark anything else. Try and find somewhere to put them. Right. Card. Where's my card gone? Okay. Hi Janice. We'll let you be late, I don't mind. You can go back and watch us on catch up if you want to see the start. Or to see how this first one has been actually done. So ladies, I mean, you could do it that way round if you wanted to, and just pop your sentiment in the top corner, pop your sentiment across the bottom. You could do it however you wanted it to. I just love it. I think it's so much fun. I can see me making lots of Christmas cards or lots of birthday cards with this. Again, particularly for men and teenagers. I did make a different version of this without the mask, which I'll show you that as well. I'm not going to be able to do everything that I've been playing with, but I'm quite happy to show you everything I've been playing with. And you could put this on with foam pads, or you could just pop it on as it is, which is what I'm going to opt to do, because then it keeps it one level. Now you could shrink this down and make it a 7 by 7, which means it would go through the post just as a regular card. Do you think that would class as a clean and simple card? That's how easy it is. I'm trying to get it in so that you can see the textures and the way it looks slightly different on your... So you can see where the colour dragged off the stencil a little bit here. I think it just adds to it. I mean, you could do this in absolutely any colour for absolutely any occasion, couldn't you? And don't forget, you also get that other skinny mask as well that goes with it. I can't see where it put. There we go. Now, as you all know, we have to carry it through. So, I'm not going to use the big one. Just going to take this. And what's left on my brush, I'm just going to drag through just on the inside. I'm not adding any more colour, and I'm using the skinnier, I call it the skinnier, it's not much skinnier, it's just different shaped, to bring it through on your inside. So that was using wild honey and chipped sapphire, and then just pop in whatever sentiment you want in there. And that's card number 1 done. Now, as I said, I did say I've done another different design earlier, which was one I also thought might work. And that was just using two different blues. So we've got chipped sapphire and faded jeans there. And then I just put happy birthday across there in white. That doesn't show up particularly well on here. So you may want to kind of frame that or whatever, or maybe move your happy birthday in the middle. That was me just playing late last night to come up with a different idea for it, which that was the original card I was going to be doing. Oh, Helen, have I frozen? Oh no. Anybody else watching on Facebook, can you just let us know if we have frozen or if we are still live with you? I don't know why we've frozen. There's nothing here that says we have. So they are the two different styles of card I did with that particular stencil. Pop that one somewhere. I'm running out of room here, ladies, today, and gents. So we will go quickly on to, I think we'll do Lovely Bubbly next. What do you think? Now, Lovely Bubbly I've been playing with a lot, and I thought I'm going to have to come up with something a little bit different now, because somebody posted on our group the other day with their Lovely Bubbly that they bought in advance. And it was a lovely card, but almost the same as what I did. Fingers crossed I'm still working then. I don't think we've frozen. Maybe it was... Who are we? Carol, it's a hugely quick card. Helen, I think maybe it's at your end. Can you confirm that I am still there? All okay? Live, okay here, okay here. Fine. Yeah, I think we're still okay. Ah, your Facebook froze, Tina, so maybe it is just a little bit of a hiccup in the system. Well, at least you're here with us now, Pat, hey. You've missed one card, but you can go back and watch us. Oh, good, Helen, we're all back to normal. So as I was saying, I think it was Tina maybe posted that she had made a card, and it was almost the same as what I've done. To be honest, I haven't had time to redo the whole lot, but I have come up with a couple of different ideas to show you so that we can still do the same one plus a few other different ideas. I'm just getting all the bits and pieces together so that you've got the right, I've got the right pieces to do what I want to do without showing it to you, because I've got myself in a muddle here. Right, so that's that, that and that, that's what I needed. And where are my strips? There. So here we go. So this one is using Lovely Bubbly. So we have got a piece of white cardstock cut at 7 by 7, a piece of black at 7.5 and 7.5. Going to go da-da-da-da. And then a piece of white at 2 inches by 7 inches. It's the same width, she says. That's not the same, but it will be. Same width as your white piece of cardstock, and then your black is 7 by 2.25, so it's 1/4 of an inch wider. That just shows I'm not going to get the embossing done. I flip that over. There we go. It's the same. It's the same length across. And the reason I do that is because otherwise you've got to match it to here, and then it just becomes a whole new headache, and you don't want that. So again, we've got our large piece. Now, by doing it as a 7 by 7, it's the same size as our stencil, which means that you will get a white border around the edge. If you don't want that white border around the edge, then please do it as a 6 3/4 inch square. But I don't mind that, having that white border around the edge. I quite like it. So that's entirely up to you. But I hope you will like that first card we made, and hopefully you'll all like this one too. So we are on this one going to be using a collection of carved pumpkin, spiced marmalade, wild honey and mustard seed. You must all be deep in concentration, because as soon as I asked you if there was a problem, I got millions of messages come through, and now you've all gone silent on me again. No questions asked, which is lovely if you want it that way. But hey ho. Yeah, so, and those of you that are late to the party also missed out on being told about our new workshops that we've done. So we've got another one up in Newcastle, we've added an extra day, and then we have got a new one in Suffolk. So you can pop back and have a look, or they are available on our website. You do keep freezing periodically. That's not good. So we are going to start off with, yes, nice autumn colours dye. It would be really nice in the browns as well, I think, this one. So we started off with mustard seed, which I really shouldn't have done with that one. I should have been doing that with my yellow, which brush seems to have run away. I've had it here all morning. There we go. Yellow. That's because I wasn't concentrating, was I? Take some of that yellow off because it won't. There we go. So I'm using the smaller one in the yellow. Was it you, Carol, maybe, that did this card then? It might well have been, actually. I said Tina, but it might have been Carol. I think it maybe was. And I think, Carol, did you do it in the real autumn colours, the browns and beiges? I think you did, didn't you? Yes, Carol, it is another great one for men's cards. That's what I've tried to do quite a lot on these last couple of releases, is to try and think of some ideas for men's cards as well. It's like everybody, they are one of the hardest cards to make, those and teenagers cards. So I've got 4 colours, so I'm using about 1/4 of each for each colour. Doesn't matter if we've used part of a bubble, it's not gonna hurt. And then we're gonna go to the next colour. And if you aren't hugely confident blending, this is a great, stencils are a great way of practicing. And if they don't work out great, use the pieces that you've messed up for die cutting. We've all had that problem, can you tell? If we don't get to the last card today, which I don't know if I'm going to, because we're on 35 minutes already of me waffling, if I don't get to the last card, then we will be doing that again in the next few weeks. We'll be going using some of our newer stuff in the next few weeks for demos anyway, so it will definitely get used up. Just want to go in and add a bit more of that yellow, because when you take a step back from it after a couple of minutes and the ink's soaked in, you can see that maybe you do need to go back with a little bit more of a stronger colour in areas. Just move this out of the way a little bit. Right, so we're now going to go in with Spice Marmalade. It was you, Cal. Good. I like to let the people know that are doing it, that did take the effort to post on our Facebook, and I like to acknowledge the fact that I've seen it. But Carol, I'm afraid it is very similar. Almost down to the same colours as well. I've been doing too many blues. So I thought I'll try some yellows in there, and then Carol did it in the browns. But I think Carol's colours were beautiful, so thankfully we weren't the same colours, at least Carol. And you don't have to use the whole of this stencil either, you can just use parts of it as well, which obviously when we go to the inside of the card will only be parts of it. So. And you don't have to keep going and adding more ink if you don't want to. You're going to have plenty of ink left on that stencil. And then back in for the last colour, which is our carved pumpkin. So, as I said, we had the lady at the show tell me that my Facebook lives weren't long enough. She was disappointed they weren't long enough, which was lovely. But let me know what you think. Answers on a postcard too. Do you think we need to do longer? I think about 45 minutes to an hour of me waffling is enough, because I hear myself. But if you would like them to be longer, let me know and we'll try and get a couple of longer ones in. I can't guarantee they'll all be longer, but who knows. So long as you keep a connection at some point, so I'm going to leave that on there, you can lift that and see if you're happy with how it's come out, which I think for what I'm doing today, that will be perfect. So before I lift this off, I'm going to pop the lids back on this and get this out of the way, just because I don't want embossing powder on all of this. You bought, how can you burn? Carol makes lovely shortbread. And when she comes to our workshop, she bought us some and it didn't even make it home. You would like longer too, Sue? Okay. I just think, people don't want to keep listening to me waffling. Right, so normally I would say let this dry. Or heat it to dry, but I want to just quickly come in with, now obviously I'm putting a belly band across the middle. I'm arguing with myself here as to whether I should do it on this one or go onto the one that, so that is our finished card. Now you can tell I'm arguing with myself as to what to do here. I've got one that I made earlier, which I think is what I'm going to go to. I've got so many bits of paper around here. I had so much fun playing with these stencils. So I'm going to try and marry this back up to this. Probably wipe it over first. As you all know, the yellows travel forever. Facebook kicked you out. Ah, Yvonne, you want online classes. We have talked about doing some online classes because there's so many people that want me in so many different areas that we have talked about doing some online classes. It would be classes that we have taught around the country. So those of you that do come to the workshops for the day wouldn't want to do the onlines again, I wouldn't have thought, unless you want to. You're more than welcome to, because it would be the same things. But yes, it is something that we are definitely looking into for some online classes. You'd love to hear me, but you don't have a lot of time to sit. See, this is the thing, isn't it? If I make them longer, I suppose people could go back and watch them later. I don't know. So I just need that to be dry before I go put it back down on the image, because we've got to marry them up. So I don't know if I was gonna flip the camera around and show you Maisie, but I don't think you're gonna be able to see her because she's got herself all nestled in her bed. Nice and cozy and comfy. Are we that way around? That way around. No, it's not that. Must be that. Nope, it's not that one either. Ooh. Where are we? There? No. There. No. There? Yes. Right, so try and marry this up as best you can. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And you're going to take that brush, that pen, the Versamark pen, and just on a couple of these circles, got a bit of black ink on here because I did it on a black. So hopefully it will dry. You won't see that. You're going to have to work a little bit quick. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just an idea. And then a couple up here. Right. And then I'm going to take some embossing powder, crystal clear. I'll remember where I put the pen now. Is it there? No, down this end. And we're just going to tap that onto there. Just to pick up a little bit of sparkle on some of those. As I said, you do need to work quite quickly. I was probably a little bit slow getting that on there. Wasn't quite organised enough. So that's the Versamark pen, and I'm only going to do it on a couple of pieces so that you can see. And we're going to heat that up. I will show you on some others. But I did more of it on so that you can see. But it just gives like a couple of them some pop space. You use the catch-up as a mini workshop. That's nice to know, Tina. Just put this out of the way. Right, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see them, but I'll tell you what. So I did this, but I did it with the whole ink pad on a separate one. And can you see how shiny they are? So all I did was I didn't remove the stencil at all. I let it dry, and then I put Versamark ink all over it, and then put crystal clear embossing powder on the whole thing. On that one. There, you can just catch all the how shimmery they are. They're just shiny. They're not sparkly, but you could do it with the sparkling crystal and get a pretty good effect as well. And then, as I said, I got very carried away doing this last night, and I did it with black and white. I think the black and white's really cool. But I also sparkled up a couple of the ones done with pen. Just like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there that are sparkly and or shiny, and the others aren't. There you go. That's a really good way of picking it up. So some are shiny and some aren't. So just another couple of little sort of ideas on what you could do with them. As I said, we are not going to get to that extra one today, the third card. So we won't be using the pink. Those of you that are fed up of seeing me using pink will be pleased. So we're going to put this one together now. I did exactly the same thing on the border. I started off on one side with the lighter colour and worked my way across rather than going diagonally, but it will give you the idea. Now, me doing that on there meant I covered up all those spots that I've just done because I did it the wrong way around. So I will go back to the one that I haven't done that on so that we're the right way around. Okay. So we're going to stick the black down first. Catherine, I'm glad you like the black and white. I liked it in black and white. Do you know, I dreamt, that's sad, isn't it? I dreamt that card. And I had to make sure I did it. I dreamt it the night before last. Thought, yeah, got to do that. And I had planned on doing that on here as well. But when I started doing it, it does take a little bit of time to blend that black in on the white. And I thought you're just going to watch me do that for about 10-15 minutes. That's not going to be the most exciting of Facebook Lives, is it? So that's the black. We're then going to go in with our spots from our lovely Bubbly stencil. This glue is testing my patience today. I had it stored wrong. I never store them like I had it, and it's driven me mad. So we'll sort that out afterwards. So our layer, and then we're going to do the same here. This is the white line I was talking about around the edge. And you see, so you get a white border. If you like it, keep it. If not, you're going to cut it down to size. Where's my shiny one? I think I'll put that out of the way now. Anyway, the shiny one is a slightly smaller one, so it would make sense to you. And as I said, you could do it with that technique with the pens, with our sparkling crystal, so you would get a clear sparkle on the ones that you had used the Versamark pen on. There we go. And then we're just going to pop this in the middle like so. I can show you the other card that I was going to do for you, but I think by the time I've gone through everything will have been an hour anyway. So there is our card. Remember, we've got to take it in to the middle. So I'm just going to grab the brush. Again, I'm not going to add any extra to the brush. I'm just going to put a few bubbles down here. But remember, try not to catch that hard edge when you do bubbles. And I'm going to put a few up the top here. And then you can pop your sentiment inside. So that's that card. If you were really, really picky, you could do it so that this all lined up on top as well if you wanted to with your underneath piece. I quite like it being a little bit off. But as I said, you could cut that piece particularly out and do it so that it all married up. I'm not going to go into doing all of that. So that is that card. Now, quickly I will show you that scribbles again. And then I will go run through the new ones with you. So I'm not going to have it finished as a full card, but I'll give you a couple of ideas. So our scribble stencil, I put it off the page, stamped it off the, or stenciled it off the page. So we've got almost a full one and a part one. So this is our stencil. So we've got almost a full one and a part one, and literally all I wanted to do was pop a sentiment in there. Amazing teenager's card. A friend of mine's daughter's just turned 18 today. It would be perfect, absolutely perfect for her. So that's just another a quick idea with the stencil. This one I was trialing about, and I'm going to bring it up so that you can see. It's got a white over the top. So I did the pink first, and then I put white over the top and off-centered it. Maisie's, oh, I might try and spin it around and show you. So you can see just under here, it's slightly darker. Let's see, can I bring it in without it going out of focus? No. Can you see? So it looks like it's sort of layered, which clearly it's not, but it was just me fiddling about trying to play with some different ideas. So there's a couple of different ideas with that one. Again, just done with the pinks. So we will quickly run through the new stencils again with you. Like this idea. Oh good, I'm glad you liked it, Janice. And Carol, you've already had a go. Pat, I'm glad you like the pink. See, the pink one, I think people will look at that initially and think, I don't know what I would do with it. But it again is going to be one of those really, really useful ones that you forget what you're doing with, what to do with when you're struggling for men's cards and teenagers cards, and I'm at this moment in time struggling to find my stencils. I think I've got them all here. What have we got? Yeah, 5. So yeah, hopefully that's given you a couple of good ideas on a couple of things to do with the new stencils. Do you know, I've had that bloom card in my hand for 2 seconds, haven't I? So they're the two that we've made today. So that's using our bold brush strokes, stencils and mask, and this one is using the lovely Bubbly. And again, both have got the same birthday sentiment on, and that's from Shining Star stamp set. So we have got bold brush strokes, stencils and mask. We've got the lovely Bubbly, which is going to be so useful. Scribble stencil, that's the one that you've just seen me using with the pinks, or I just showed you didn't see me use. The funky lines, again fab for men's cards, and paint splats, stencils and masks. So you've got the individual masks again. All of them work really, really nicely with the latest release of our stamps, which was Proud Day, Floral Wishes, Shine Like the Star You Are, so popular that one, and Changing Blooms, again proved to be hugely popular. So hopefully that's given you all some ideas. I'm going to spin you back round to look at me now, aren't you, the lucky ones? Not even had to put my hair up out of my way today because it's just beyond me. It's driving me insane. So a couple of things to tell you about. So we have the announcement of the new workshops. Lovely Bubbly Aero bar. Oh, nice mint aero. Yeah, so we told you about the workshops at the start of the Facebook's YouTube lives. So they are the new ones at Ruffham, just outside Bury St Edmunds, which is the 27th, Saturday the 27th of January. Then we have a new release, a second day, actually at the Newcastle workshop. So that is the 21st of April. So we've already filled the first day it filled in under 20 minutes, which was amazing. Blew my mind how fast these classes sell up. And then we've got 2 places come available for ladies that aren't able to now attend our Coventry workshop in November. And then what else do I need to tell you about? Workshops. So all those workshops are now on our website, so you can pop on there and book them. Again, they are selling out hugely fast. I think we've sold over 3/4 of the new one for the Ruffham Bury St Edmunds one in Suffolk already, and we only announced that this morning. So, and it's a big class. So we have the Thetford show at the Breckland Leisure Centre this coming Sunday from 10 AM till 3 PM. So hopefully we'll see lots of you there. Our stand is just inside I think it's the entrance. It depends which door they use. Either the entrance or in the top corner as you come in, top left hand corner. And then we are in Bolden Colliery on Saturday the 14th of October. That is a Ross Papercraft show, so that's a Saturday rather than the Sunday that we would normally do, so be aware of that. It is Saturday the 14th of October. And then we're in Bedford for Stamporama on Sunday the 22nd of October. Again, it's fairly local one to here, so it'd be lovely to see lots of you there. And I've said it before, if people don't attend the shows won't continue. So as many of you, if you're locally and you want these shows to carry on, please do your best to get there. And then last but not least, our next Facebook Live will be, can you believe, the 19th of October. So 2 weeks today at 2 p.m. I will quickly flick you back round to see these. So this is, as I said, what we've done this afternoon. So we've done one using our brush strokes, bold brush strokes, stencils and mask, and then one using the lovely Bubbly. I think that's me done. Have a lovely day, everybody. I would love to, I don't know if I can flick Maisie round to show you where she is. You're going to see lots of bits and pieces of stuff that you don't need to see. But will it flick round? No, it's not going to let me, I don't think. No, it's not going to let us flick you around. So I was going to show you her lounging in her soft sofa bed. Maybe I'll post a picture up for you all to see. Thank you for joining me. Have a lovely afternoon. We will see you all again soon.